This family is having their picture taken. The black boy is sitting alone on the steps. This mom can't stand it.
Come on down.
And that's how it happened. Mike had his first family photo. He's a strong-looking boy. In fact, the boy's IQ was only 6 years old. His father died young, and his mother didn't care about him. Mike was institutionalized as a child. Although many families adopted him, he was always rejected because he ate too much. This time was no exception.
Let somebody else take on the responsibility.
As he listened to his adoptive parents argue, Mike knew he was being disliked again. From that point on, homeless, Mike slept in the gym. When he was hungry, he'd pick up leftover popcorn. Even when it rained, he wore the only short sleeve he had. But on that day, he met the man of his life. The man pulled down the window of the car. He asked Mike where he was going.
Jim. Where?
But Annie couldn't bear it, because the gym was closed. It was obvious that Mike was lying, so she ran after him again.
Why were you going to the gym?
Because it's warm.
Annie realized that Mike was a homeless boy. She was kind enough to take Mike home. She made a bed on the couch. It was Mike's first time in a big house. He couldn't believe it was real. Annie went back to her bedroom and regretted it, because Mike was a black man, and he was a bum. She was worried that Mike might steal something. The next morning, Annie was ashamed of herself. Not only was nothing missing from her house, Mike had folded the covers neatly. By now, he was ready to leave. Annie rushed out the door to catch up with him. It was Thanksgiving. Annie suggested that he stay for a few more days. Soon Mike was back at the table, looking at all the food. Mike only served a small portion of a vegetarian dish. He sat quietly at the table and enjoyed it, and saw what he was doing. She called the whole family to the table, and offered to say a prayer before the meal. To avoid embarrassment, the girl offered her hand, which made Mike feel at home for the first time. Then Annie took him to the mall. She wanted to buy some new clothes, but Mike was too shy to accept the expensive ones. He just picked out the cheapest one he could find. Annie seemed to like this understanding boy, so she offered to take Michael in.
Do you want to stay here, Michael?
I don't want to go anyplace else.
Annie was very happy to hear that. She even made up a bedroom for him. Mike never dreamed. He'd ever dreamed he'd have a life like this. This mother even made him a customized bed.
Never had one before.
What, a room to yourself?
Bed.
As the days went by, that day Annie finally decided that she would officially adopt Mike, and on that day, she gathered the whole family together.
If you would like to become part of this family.
I thought I already was.
And just like that, Mike had a family of his own, and his father gave him a pickup truck as a gift.